Yay, congratulations. You just found out that you're going to have a baby, but now what? There is no manual on what to do next after you get those two pink lines on your test that says, yay, you're pregnant. So I'm here. I'm going to be your big sister right now, or your confidant, or just your advice person to tell you 20 things that you need to do before that baby arrives. So take down some notes if you want, or save this for later so that we can get right into it. I'm Cherry, a mom of three, and here's everything you're going to want to know. Why should you listen to me? I'm a mom of three. This is my third pregnancy, so I'm going to do this for the third time. I feel like I have enough experience to share with others about what to do before baby arrives, and then what actually does matter too, because not many people talk about what actually matters. So I just came up with a list of 20 things that you can do before your baby arrives, just to help you feel a little bit more prepared before he or she comes into the world. And obviously, you're not going to be perfectly prepared for that little bundle of joy, but as best as you can, and hopefully this video can help you. So, first things first, baby clothes. I know some of you might be first time parents, some of you might be second time parents, but a different gender. But baby clothes are going to be an essential for you to have prepped before baby arrives. So you need to have some type of baby clothes, whether your baby shower gives you clothes, friends give you clothes, or you're shopping for baby clothes. Get those clothes prepared now. And when I mean the baby clothes, you need to prepare newborn, 0 to 3 months, and possibly 3 to 6 months clothing. Yeah, I know you might have a preemie baby, so obviously prepare for that too. I would buy a couple of preemie clothes if your doctor says that you might give birth early, or you're predicting you might give birth early, or maybe you have given birth early in prior pregnancies. But you need to get your baby clothes prepared and organized. This would be the second thing to do, which is wash the baby clothes. As soon as you can, I would wash the clothes with sensitive soap, not harsh smelling kinds of laundry detergent. I mean, but I am not opposed to that Dreft. That if you know that Dreft smell is an amazing smell for babies, and it's just a nice smell to have. So I'm not opposed to it, but if you're like organic and all fragrance free, all kinds of stuff, then by all means do that. I just use a sensitive laundry wash to wash the baby clothes, and then I use some of the Dreft smelling uh, those beads that you put into the wash to just make it a smell. Baby clothes are so small and tiny. There's just going to be so many pieces of clothing to wash. So get those washed as soon as you can. And staying on the topic of baby clothes, once you sort out the baby clothes in the sizes that you need right away, you put all the other clothes onto the side or in storage, but focus on newborn 0 to 3 and then 3 to 6. And then once you wash them and dry them, the third thing for you to do is organize them. Get it into the dressers already, or into the cubbies that you're going to put them in, or put them in, those containers that you're going to use. However, you're going to organize your baby clothes, organize it ASAP. It's just one less thing for you to think about doing when the baby's actually here. And babies grow out of their clothes really, really fast in the first 3 months. So you want to make sure that you're at least prepared with the first 6 months of their life. So get those baby clothes washed and dried and put it away. Another important thing for you to get are baby bottles. No matter the type, no matter the brand, whatever you prefer. I do have some recommendations, but that's just based off of my experience. But every mom and baby is different. So you do what you want to do with baby bottles. But with the baby bottles, this is what you want to do before your baby is born or during your pregnancy. You want to get baby bottles, because whether you're breastfeeding or formula feeding, you need them bottles. Wash them, sterilize them. There are a lot of videos out there that you can look on TikTok, YouTube, for how to sterilize baby bottles. I actually have one on my TikTok too if you want to go and check that out. So prep those baby bottles and then get them organized in your pantry, or in the cabinets, or on your kitchen counter, wherever you're planning to set up your baby bottles. So this is another very important thing that you need to get situated before your baby arrives, and that is the car seat. I know that you heard about this already, so this is your 101 reminder. Your car seat is important to get prepared before your baby arrives. Whether it's shopping for the car seat, testing out car seats and strollers that you like, and then actually learning how to manipulate it and practicing using it so that once that baby's here, you're not like trying to figure it out as you go, and then learning how to install it into your actual car because you need a car seat to bring the baby home from the hospital. The hospital will not let you leave unless you have the car seat. And some car seats can be super complicated to understand. This one that we had recently, I couldn't get the newborn insert out and putting it back in. It was just tricky. So you have to learn now so that you're not stressing about it when the baby is actually here. And the same goes with your stroller. So if you're having that attachment with the car seat and the stroller, learn how the stroller works because you will use that. Set those up already in place now in your pregnancy before that baby makes their arrival. I think this is number 7. I'm not sure. I can't keep track. Number 7 thing that you can get done before the baby arrives is to buy all the crap that you're going to need for that baby. And if you are a first time mom, obviously you're most likely 99% going to have a baby shower. So you can wait till you get the baby shower and then buy everything after. If you can have a baby shower earlier, like 6 months, 7 months, or 5 months even, that would be super helpful so that you can get things prepared already. And then you know what people didn't buy you so that you have a plan for what you do actually need to buy. Because everybody's not going to buy you everything off your registry or from your baby shower. So you want to have your baby shower or your baby sprinkle if this is not your first child. And you want to get everything that you know that you're going to need for that baby. Like gas drops, more wipes maybe. If you need like a humidifier, maybe nobody bought you a sound machine. So you want to get all of those things in order before that baby arrives. And if you're ordering online, it takes some time, especially if you're like me who live in Hawaii and it takes forever to get here. You just want to make sure you get everything prepared for that baby so that you're not stressing after. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you can buy stuff after the baby arrives. Obviously, you're going to do that because baby needs change as they grow, but get what you can with what you know ahead of time. So in postpartum and in the newborn stages, you really want to have loungers or boppy loungers or swings that your baby can chill on during, the downtimes when they're up or even when they're sleeping. So you want to have those in place and washed and ready to go as soon as before they come. So I would, just like with the baby clothes, and what I just said earlier, getting things for the baby, you should have a baby lounger, whether it's like a Snuggle Me or a Boppy lounger or a DockATot, whatever works for you. You should get a lounger. And then you should have a bouncer, some type of bouncer or rocking chair to have, and or a swing. Assemble it and get it ready in the corner of the house that you know that you're going to be using it later with the babies. If you're a stay-at-home mom like me and your husband has to work or your partner has to work and they won't really be able to help you postpartum, so you want to have those figured out before the baby is here. And with that being said, you want to set up your baby crib or your bedside bassinet or whatever pack and play that you're going to use for your baby to sleep in during the nighttime or nap time. And if you are unable to and you need help, then now's the time to call your dad, your mom, your sister, your brother, your partner, whoever can help you. Get those set up now so that you're not stressing about that before the baby, or so you're not stressing about it when the baby is here. And then with the crib, usually you want to set up the nursery or the bedside nursery. If you have an extra room that you plan to put your baby in for the nursery, get your nursery set up as best as you can. And when I mean get that nursery set up, as long as there's a place to sleep, a place to change the baby, and a place to put their clothes, you're good to go. So get that nursery set up as soon as you can. And if you're like me, who's had just bedside nurseries my last 2 pregnancies, so my first I had a nursery, and then my my second, I had a bedside nursery, and then this time around, I'm going to have a bedside nursery too. Get everything situated that you need as soon as you can. So this time around, I'm using a bedside bassinet, which I've never used before. So I'm excited to use that. Put it alongside of our bed, and then I'm getting, the diaper caddy ready and all of her bows and her books and all those things situated so that I have everything ready to go when she's here. Now, this is something that not many people really share with you during pregnancy, but it's really, really important. You need to register at your hospital. Register at the hospital that you are going to give birth. Unless you've already given birth at that hospital before, you may not need to register anymore, but double and triple check that you're already registered there because you don't want to go into labor and have to fill out all those paperworks during your labor process. And you can ask your doctor on how to do that or go to your hospital that you prefer to give birth at and ask them how to register, and then you'll be good to go because they do need all of your information obviously when you give birth to another human being, and they just want to make sure that everything is set, especially with your insurance. And speaking of hospitals, you want to pack your hospital bag as soon as you can. There are tons of videos on YouTube where you can find what's in my hospital bag. I've searched so many times what to pack in my hospital bag, even though I already knew what I was going to pack. I just like listening to what other moms packed in their bags. And so you can do that too. There's a ton. I'm going to make a video on that too. So you're going to see what I packed in my hospital bag and then what I actually used. But you want to make sure you get your hospital bag ready to go because sometimes labor happens spontaneously, and then if you're like me, sometimes you are already gonna know when the birthday is because of C-section. But either or, you just want to have your hospital bag prepped and ready to go. Whether it's just your suitcase sitting on the side and you throw things in there every other day that you remember to put in, or you're just gonna last minute pack it, that's fine. Just get that thing set and ready to go before that baby comes. But like I said before, I have a video about what to pack in your hospital bag, in my opinion, and I'm doing a reaction on what I actually use too. So if you want to check that out, it's under my pregnancy playlist. So with your hospital bag, you want to prepare and have postpartum needs. So you want to research postpartum essentials, postpartum needs for specific types of labor, whether it's vaginal or C-section. Get everything that you need postpartum. You're also going to need some postpartum essentials in your hospital bag. So make sure that you get things before you pack your hospital bag. I'm not going to go into detail about what you need postpartum because that's a whole video in itself, but you just need to get the basics before he or she arrives so that you are prepared. And like I said, you're not scrambling to run to the store to get them. This is advice that I wish somebody told me the first time around, but you need to research breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is not as easy as other moms make it look. And if it is easy for you, you are God's favorite because there is no road that I've been on that made breastfeeding a journey of happiness. It was hard. It was hard breastfeeding first time around and the second time around. And now in my third time coming into my third baby, I've been researching like crazy about breastfeeding, breast pumping, and all of the things that go into it because you want to help nourish your baby with the breast milk that you can provide. Yes, of course, but nobody mentions that it's hard to do that. It has its big challenges. You have to learn how to latch, you have to help your baby with positions, you have to know how to make yourself produce enough milk, and you want to find the right pumps, you want to get the right sizes. There's just so many things that nobody prepares you for breastfeeding, breast pumping, whatever journey that you plan to take. But I was so stressed about this, and I just cannot stress that enough. You need to research about breastfeeding and breast pumping before that baby arrives while you can. Get yourself a class. Ask your doctors for a lactation consultant, meaning before you give birth or after. Just make sure you get as much information as you can to set you up for success. So research now, take classes, gather all the information that you can, and then obviously your experience when the baby is actually here is going to be totally different from everything that you researched, because you can never prepare enough. But just do the research that you can so that you're better informed while you're starting that journey. This is something that I never really thought to do before the baby was here or before the baby was born. I really just thought you do it after. But this time around, I'm doing it ahead of time, and I think you should too, is prepare the baby's diaper bag. You're not going to bring it to the hospital, or maybe you will, I don't know. But after the baby is born, you're going to have doctor appointments, and hopefully nothing too crazy. Like with my first birth, I had to bring my baby in like every 2 weeks because of his conditions that he's been having. But I need a diaper bag ready to go. I have multiple children too at home, so I need to have it ready because I cannot be scrambling to figure out what to put in the diaper bag. So prepare the diaper bag ahead of time. Buy the diaper bag or use a backpack that you already have. Get the bottles prepared inside, put the diapers, put the wipes, an extra pair of clothes, and all that jazz into the diaper bag. Put it near the car seat so that it's ready to go when you need it. If you have multiple kids at home or you have another one at home and you're going to give birth soon to another one, you want to have a plan in place. So that's the next thing that you should get done before the baby arrives, is have a plan for your other children. Have a plan for who's going to babysit if you're going to be gone for longer than a day or two. Vaginal births, you're at the hospital for a day, maybe two, and then for C-sections, you're at the hospital for 3 days, maybe four, if you're lucky, 2 days, but 3 or 4, give or take. So you want to have a plan for the babies that you have at home, and make sure you know who's going to be watching them while you and your partner are away. Or if you're going to have your partner come back after the hospital, all that jazz. Prepare for your other kids too. Don't forget about the little kids that you have at home or your other kids that you have at home. Make a plan for them. Make sure that you have some help to help out with them too. This is also another thing that I wish somebody had told me in my first pregnancy that I ever had. But prepping meals, postpartum meals, freezer meals, whatever we want to call them, ahead of time in your pregnancy so that postpartum goes smoother is genius. So, this is your sign if you didn't already hear. Prepare some freezer meals ahead of time before you enter postpartum, because you do not want to be cooking dinner, worrying about dinner and lunch while you are, with your baby latched onto you and your hair hasn't been washed for 3 days and you're in zombie mode. You just want to have something ready to go in the crock pot or in the oven, or just ready to go meals that are easy to pop into the microwave. So do your research. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube and TikTok and anywhere about what you can prepare freezer meals ahead of time for postpartum. And then there's also a lot of, blogs and articles on it too. Have your friends gather them and everybody make one meal for a freezer meal that you can throw into your freezer so that you have ready to go when you're in postpartum. And then another thing that can help you feel less stressed once the baby is here is cleaning and decluttering. You want to clean and declutter what you can now in your pregnancy before the baby arrives. And even if it's just cleaning out your closet with clothes that you haven't worn in like 5 years, because I know I've been there. I had to do that. I keep clothes for longer than 5 years, and I don't know why, because I haven't even worn them in like 3 years. Declutter what you can. I had to declutter my kids' toys because we're giving birth during the holidays too, so I need to get rid of some toys and make new ones. Yeah, so declutter what you can, clean what you can, clean the bathrooms before you give birth, clean the rooms, clean the kitchen, your car, clean anywhere that you can with the time that you have, obviously, because if you have littles like me, it's kind of hard to clean when they're home, but get what you can done clean. It's going to save you some stress, and at least you know that you cleaned before the baby was born, so you can chill for like a month or two without worrying about it. So we're on the second to the last part. you want to make sure that you get your insurance figured out and ready to go. This is really important and something that not a lot of people mention during pregnancy, but you should know this. And if anything, only your employers mention it to you. So if you're a stay-at-home mom like me and you're not working anymore, you will have no idea. So this is your warning. Make sure that you get whatever documents that you need to put your baby under your insurance. Because yes, the hospital will tell you about it when the baby is actually here, but this is something that you can do ahead of time, whether it's just asking your employer for the paperwork that you need to fill out to do enrollment for your baby to put them into your insurance, or it's asking your actual insurance for the information that you're going to need to provide to put that baby on, because some insurance companies have a timeline for you, like a deadline. I mean, you need to make sure that you get it within 30 days after their birth or something, or 60 days. And I'm not saying that with the insurance you can put your baby on already during your pregnancy, but I mean, get the paperwork that you're going to need to put the baby's information once that baby is born, so that you can just mail it or email it away once they are here. Because obviously, you're not going to have the baby's name and date of birth, or you're not going to have the hospital birth record for the insurance companies to have right away, but just have that document, that open enrollment paper form that you need to sign before. And number 20 thing that you need to do before the baby arrives is set up the systems that's going to help you now. And what I mean by systems are like a diaper caddy, a baby bottle station, a baby bath station, a book reading station, diaper changing station, whatever you can prepare for that baby now. Even a postpartum essential system. You just want to have places around your house ready to go and serve a purpose, and have that system rolling throughout your postpartum time. So like a diaper caddy area where you're going to change that baby, or you can just carry that diaper caddy and change the baby in the other room, or change the baby in the living room, because that's what we do. You want to have that system in place now. If it's a postpartum place, is it under your sink? Are you keeping all of the systems under your sink? Are you putting it on the counter near the bathroom? Are you putting it on a bedside? Are you putting it in those, strolling, caddy, stacked, oh my goodness, pregnancy brain, that stacked carts, those carts? Are you going to have a postpartum cart? Whatever. I don't know. So get those systems in place now. Practice how you like the flow of it, and then you can change it when the baby actually arrives. But actually having a system in place before the baby arrives is going to save you so much brain stress. I swear it's going to help you. You're going to thank me. And there you go. Those are the 20 things that I recommend you do before the baby arrives. Whether it's your first time, third time, whatever time for pregnancy that you're in, get these things prepared now. Write them down. You don't have to do it all in one day. You can do it in different months of your pregnancy. And then a lot of them probably in your last stretch of your pregnancy, in your third trimester. But get what you can done now. I know that it's hard to remember things. So I hope that you can save this video so that you'll have it as a reference later. If you're a mom of multiple, let me know if I missed something, and we can share it here on my channel, and we can build a community of comments of things that other people have done too, because I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers, but I just want to share my experiences and what worked for me, in hopes that it'll work for you. So definitely leave me a comment if you think I missed something, or you wanted to add something onto this 20 things you need to get done before baby arrives. But if not, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more. I would love for you to be back for the next one. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.